I'm sick and tired of the pain and the hurt. I do this for Chester, Chris, and Kurt. Chester, Lincoln Park, Chris Cornell, Kurt Cobain. Death is appealing. With death, I flirt. I tell you how I feel, and you think I'm a jerk. I'm not bugging, I'm struggling. All this guzzling is puzzling. So I stop hanging with Jack and Jim to fight in the battle that we all can win. Look, I don't want to do this interview, but I got to. I don't want to tell my story, but I got to. Yo, what's up? This is DMC in the place to be, but I'm better known as Darryl McDaniels from Hollis, Queens, New York, the king of rock. When I was growing up, I was a shy kid, the nerdy, geeky, brainiac kid, and all I did was read, collect, and draw comic books. And when hip-hop came over the bridge, I never really wanted to be in show business. For me, hip-hop was, yo, you could tell stories about who you are over music.
I can't take the smell, can't take the noise, got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice.
With a hip, the hippie to the hip, the hip, the hopper, you don't stop, the rocker to the...
So I just was making up these comic book type superhero, devastating mic controller, king of rock rhyming stories for me. I never wanted the world to hear those things. That was for me and my pleasure in my room alone after I did my homework. And my friend Run, he came over one day and he discovered that, yo, I had these rhymes. And he looked at me and he was like, yo, whenever my brother Russell lets me make a record, I'm putting you in my group. And what happened then was my whole confidence and strength in life was me pretending that I was like the Hulk, that I was like Peter Parker and Spider-Man, that I was courageous like Captain America.
And here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. My name is Darryl
But when I got into this music business stuff, I kinda didn't think that my imagination alone was strong enough, or the only thing that I needed to help me survive in this other world of fame and fortune and people looking at you. I'm up on stage in front of people. So alcohol became my superpower. Growing up in Queens, growing up in Hollis, everybody smokes, everybody's drink. So for me, I thought that it was normal. You know, most people would drink 1 40-ounce or maybe 2, maybe 3 at the most. But I went from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. And people might be thinking I'm talking about a week. No, I'm talking about a day. At one point, I was drinking 12, a whole case of Old English 40 ounces a day. And that's obsessive. But mentally, I didn't think that it was a problem because I thought I was cooler than everybody because I drank so much. The doctor looked at me and said, man, young man, you have 2 choices. You could drink and die, or you could not drink and live. So in 1991, because of acute pancreatitis, I went sober, cold turkey. There was a lot of times on stage I was drunk. A lot of times in all those videos I was drunk. So now I'm sober, it's scary to get up on stage. It's scary to me to can I still be the devastating mic controller king of rock and stand next to Jam Master Jay and DJ Run? When I got up on stage, I realized that I'm actually better not being drunk off a 40 ounce. I'm actually better not having a hit of weed. When I finally got sober, I finally saw the world in a way that I never ever saw it. And it was so way more magnificent than being high. So here we are back on the road. Here we are back on the charts. Here we are back on MTV and every video platform. We're opening for groups like Naughty by Nature and Limp Bizkit and stuff like that. And we busting everybody's ass. And I remember getting off stage one day and going back to my my hotel room, laying in bed going, I don't want to live no more. I want to die. I don't like this feeling. What am I feeling? And it had nothing to do with being sober. It was just out of nowhere, boom. This feeling came, this dread of existence came over me, and I didn't know what it was. So it was affecting my mental. I was out there killing the shows with Run-DMC, but they started seeing that I was distant. So their whole thing was, what's wrong, D? What's going on? Why you acting like this? What's going on? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Why are you feeling like this? And at the time, I didn't know it was depression. It was just this big void in me. And that void was just so uncomfortable. That feeling of something's missing, something's wrong, just became so uncomfortable that I didn't want to live no more. When I heard that, it was like, I'm really gonna kill myself now, because now I'm not even my mother's and father's. It was hurtful. It was just crazy. It was crazy. It's here I am, the mighty DMC king of rock. There is none higher. One of the most powerful forces on the face of the earth. When I got hit with that revelation, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that you could go seek help. I didn't know that there was people and organizations and doctors and therapists and programs that could help you. I did not know what to do. Not knowing what to do, who to go to, that I could go get help, I went right back to the thing that I thought would give me the strength to get through all that. And Jack Daniels and Jim Beam became my best friend. I didn't know what to do for these emotions, so now I'm self-medicating, drinking the alcohol that I'm not supposed to drink because it's gonna kill me. So there's a lot going on inside of me. So I'm sitting in my suite in Vegas, and I drank this whole fifth by myself like it was water, like it was a gallon of water, and I sat it down. I'm sitting in my room, and I look back over at it, and something just says, I guess it was me saying, yo, Darryl, you keep drinking like this, you gonna die. Remember the doctor said, if you drink, you die? You killing yourself. Going into rehab was the beginning of the realization that I am one of the most strongest people, not in the world, but in the universe. And rehab was a beautiful thing. I was diagnosed with suppressed emotions. And that means I had my whole life. That's what's crazy. And then it started with the Run-DMC thing. My whole life I was always like that. People, you have emotions and thoughts and stuff like that. And what I was doing was I was using the alcohol to not let them out. The first question they asked me in rehab and in therapy was this: Darryl, when you was with your group Run-DMC, did Russell, Run, Jay, or anybody around you ever do anything to make you upset? So I'm sitting in rehab, I'm like, nah, And I'll never forget the day my therapist, I said, nah. He was like, okay. He put his little notepad down, he put his pen down on the clipboard thing. He took his glasses off, and he looked me in my eye and he got real. He said, you're a goddamn motherfucking liar. And when I looked him in his eye, yeah, man, in 1985 when Run did this, in 87 Jay did this, and then 80. It just all started pouring out of me. He said, yo, D, he said, there's nothing wrong with expressing your emotions. If you don't reveal how you really feel, you will never heal. And being honest with yourself is a beautiful thing. And that's what I learned about therapy. So for me, dealing with my truth, man, it's the most powerful thing that anyone could do. I want everybody listening to understand you don't need to do nothing. All you have to do in life is feel good about who you are, and everything that you need will come to you. That's where I'm at right now. And it's like now, it's like when I wrote my first rhyme, I wasn't trying to be number one. I just felt good about doing it. A lot of people don't tell their true feelings because they're worried about what people gonna think. They're gonna think I'm weird if I'm feeling. There's nothing wrong with a person telling you, I don't want to live no more. Because that's how they feel. What's been wrong since this world has been in existence is how the world reacts to that person. Me and Sheila Jaffe, who works with my organization, the Felix organization, we sit there with the kids and we tell the kids, yo, dude, it's okay to cry. And they're like, it's okay to cry, you should see him. It's okay to cry, DMC. I'm like, yeah, it's all the guys, I cry my off. Really? And Sheila said, yes, it's okay to cry. And I sit there and cry. And then they say, you know what, I feel better about that. With men, they think it's a weakness to say that you have a weakness. And that's not true. With men, especially since my book came out, it's African American men. The black men, all this hip hop shit is bullshit. All of these dudes are fronting. But it's this thing with men where it's weak to say that you have a weakness. It's the strongest thing that you could ever do in your life, because admitting that you have a weakness, your strength is revealed to you. If we remove guilt and shame, we remove the pain. There's nothing wrong going through what you're going through. What happened to me was I realized with the same sincerity and honesty that I told you that I'm the greatest thing on the earth, I have an even more greater power by letting y'all know I'm not doing good. I failed. I fell off. I'm down too. Has a great effect of me bragging about how everything is all right. I realized by saying everything isn't all right, makes me connect with the plumber, the UPS driver, the teacher. No matter what any of y'all are going through, you all have a power and a reason, this is deep, a reason to be alive. It's not to be with your family, it's not to be the CEO, it's not to be rich and famous. You have to stay alive because you and your story can save somebody's life.